Imagine, if you will, a land where the whispers of ancient legends dance on the wind, where untold stories lie buried beneath the rugged terrain. Sleight hand here and welcome fellow adventurers to the Moonshae Isles. Here, off the western coast, nature's hand has painted a canvas of breathtaking beauty. But beyond the surface lies a realm teeming with life, culture, and history as rich as the forests that blanket these lands. No sandy shores greet your arrival, but rather a mosaic of pebbles and rocks shaped by the relentless caress of the ocean. The Moonshae Isles are comprised of several distinct regions, each with its own culture and heritage. Whether you're exploring the bustling markets of Corwell or braving the mystical depths of Gwyneth, there's always an adventure waiting to be had. So, what of the history that has shaped the cultures and people of the Moonshaes? As of the year 1371 DR, the Moonshae Isles were predominantly under the rule of High Queen Alicia Kendrick, whose seat of power resided in the capital city of Caer-Callidor on the Isle of Alaron. Under her reign, the Isles experienced a period of relative stability and prosperity, with House Kendrick exerting considerable influence over the region. In the late 14th century DR, High Queen Alicia Kendrick of the Folk, that's Folk with 2 Fs, made history by establishing the United Moonshae Isles. This monumental event took place in the year of the Unstrung Harp, 1371 DR, when the Northman kings of the Sea of Moonshae, at the urging of King Olafson, pledged their allegiance to her. In a grand ceremony befitting the occasion, High Queen Alicia signed a proclamation that solidified the unity of the two peoples under a single banner, marking a significant milestone in their history. Born in the year 1346 DR, Princess Alicia emerged as the eldest daughter of High King Tristan Kendrick and the esteemed Druid Robin Kendrick, inheriting a legacy of leadership and wisdom. From her earliest days, she was groomed for greatness under the guidance of the kingdom's archmage, Keen, whose teachings would shape her path in unforeseen ways. In the year 1365 DR, destiny called upon Princess Alicia in a manner befitting her noble lineage. During the events of the Year of the Sword, she found herself thrust into the role of an adventurer, venturing forth to confront the dark forces that threatened her homeland. It was during this fateful year that Princess Alicia was bestowed with the powers of an avatar by the Earth Mother herself, a divine gift bestowed upon her for a singular purpose: to vanquish the dreaded Dracolic Gotha. Gotha, a servant of the malevolent deity Talos, unleashed terror upon the Moonshae Isles, threatening to plunge the realm into darkness and chaos. In the face of such dire peril, Princess Alicia rose to the occasion, harnessing the powers granted to her by the Earth Mother to confront this unholy menace. In battle, Princess Alicia faced Gotha in a clash of wills and magic, standing as a beacon of hope amidst the encroaching darkness. Through her valor and determination, she emerged triumphant, banishing the Dracolic and securing the safety of the Moonshae Isles once more. Under the reign of High Queen Alicia, the United Moonshae Isles flourished, bringing stability and prosperity to the realm. This unity persisted into the year 1479 DR, when the kingdom was governed by High King Dirid Kendrick, a testament to the legacy of the Kendrick dynasty. The government of the United Moonshae Isles was structured around the leadership of the High Kings and Queens of the Kendrick lineage. Retaining their traditional lands and authority, the former Northman kings were bestowed with the title of Jarls. Symbolizing the unity of the realm, the coat of arms of the United Moonshae Isles mirrored that of the reigning Kendrick family, a bear's head. This emblem adorned banners and shields wherever the authority of the High King or High Queen held sway, serving as a powerful symbol of the kingdom's strength and unity. However, the aftermath of the spell plague brought about significant changes to the political landscape of the Moonshaes. By the year 1479 DR, House Kendrick had ceded much of its control over the Isles. While they still held sway over portions of Alaron, their authority was no longer unchallenged. The Isle of Snowdown fell under the dominion of the vampire Lady Erliza Dersin, whose allegiance lay with the distant realm of Amun. Meanwhile, the Isle of Gwyneth came under the governance of the Kingdom of Sarifal, led by the enigmatic High Lady Ordalf. Further upheaval, came with the emergence of new powers vying for control. A tribe of Fomorians, crossing from the Feywild into Faerun in the wake of the Spell Plague, seized control of the once-contested Isle of Oman, adding another layer of complexity to the political landscape. Additionally, the Isle of Moray found itself under the dominion of Malorite lycanthropes, further complicating the balance of power. Taking a break from the history lesson, though, it is also the diverse geography that defines the Moonshae Isles, from its rugged coastlines to its towering mountains. As we wander along the coastline, we are greeted by long stretches of beaches, but don't expect the typical sandy shores. Instead, we find ourselves treading upon pebbles and rocks, shaped by the relentless forces of nature. Witnessing the ebb and flow of tides becomes a spectacle, as during low tide, the beaches extend as far as a quarter mile from the water's edge, while high tide can see the waterline rise up to 10 feet, reminding us of the untamed power of the ocean. Storms unleash their fury upon these shores, the crashing waves leaving their mark on the rugged coastline. Venturing further inland, we encounter stagnant saltwater marshes, an eerie landscape devoid of trees, where the air is heavy with the scent of sulfur. Navigating through these desolate marshes is perilous, with patches of quicksand lurking beneath the surface. Some of these swamps rival the exotic jungles of Chult in their putrid decay, with the fens of the Falin on Gwyneth Island standing out as particularly treacherous. Yet, amidst the desolation, freshwater streams meander through the islands, offering a lifeline to the inhabitants. Though shallow and often turbulent with rapids, these streams provide vital water sources. Deeper and calmer rivers crisscross the landscape, bridged by ferries and bridges, facilitating safe passage for travelers. Transitioning to the moorlands, we find rolling grasslands dotted with lakes and ponds, providing idyllic pastures for grazing cattle and sheep. The terrain here is gentle and inviting, a stark contrast to the rugged coastline and marshy swamps. But it is the mountains and highlands that truly define the Moonshae's character. Towering peaks, weathered by centuries of erosion, rise to dizzying heights of 8,000 feet. Their jagged contours stand against the forces of nature, while their snow-capped summits paint a picture of seasonal beauty, where heavy snow blankets the landscape until the warmth of summer melts it away. Now imagine islands covered in thick forests filled with tall trees like aspen, birch, hickory, maple, oak, and yew. These trees form a dense canopy overhead, making it difficult to find your way through the maze of vegetation. In the summer, the foliage traps hot and humid air, making it feel like you're walking through a sauna. But in the winter, the leaves fall and the underbrush thins out, making it easier to navigate through the woods. Yet, amidst the deciduous canopy, pockets of coniferous forests thrive in the higher reaches of the Moonshaes. Here, pine, cedar, and spruce trees dominate the landscape, their towering forms carpeting the forest floor with a thick layer of needles. Unlike their leafy counterparts, these forests offer a more open terrain, with cool winds sweeping through the evergreen boughs in summer and providing shelter from biting winds during the winter months. The forests serve as bustling ecosystems, teeming with life. In the deciduous realms, smaller creatures like hares and foxes find refuge, while the buzzing of insects fills the air during the warmer months. Meanwhile, the coniferous forests harbor larger inhabitants, including bears, deer, and wolves, their presence looming amidst the silent groves. Venturing into the saltwater marshes, fens, and swamps, a different world unfolds, where swarms of insects reign supreme. Spawned in stagnant pools, these pests make traversing the marshlands a perilous endeavor, their bites and stings a constant annoyance to travelers. Yet, lurking within the murky depths, dangerous creatures lie in wait, adding an air of foreboding to these watery domains. Conversely, the freshwater lakes, rivers, and streams offer respite, hosting thriving populations of perch, salmon, and trout, sustaining both wildlife and human inhabitants alike. In the highlands, life perseveres amidst barren terrain, with marmots, mice, and foxes eking out an existence. Above, eagles, falcons, and hawks soar, making their homes in the rugged cliffs that punctuate the landscape. Hardy lichens and mosses cling to rocky outcrops, while vibrant wildflowers briefly grace the landscape during the fleeting summer months, adding a splash of color to the rugged terrain. The climate of the Moonshaes, classified as subarctic, shapes the landscape and life within it. Long winters, characterized by biting winds and severe weather, dominate the archipelago. Uninterrupted by cover, freezing winds roar across the moorlands, while storms, born in the trackless sea, lash the islands from the northwest during storm season, rendering the sea unnavigable with towering swells that reach heights of 40 feet. So, who is it that calls this land home? At the heart of human society on the Moonshaes are the folk and the Northlanders. Over the past century, under the reign of Queen Alicia, these two distinct groups have merged and intermarried, forging a cultural unity that is both resilient and dynamic. The folk, known for their expertise in farming, fishing, and hunting, possess a rich tradition of trade and craftsmanship. While they tend towards a more peaceful existence compared to their Northlander counterparts, they are nonetheless a formidable people, capable of defending their lands with strength and resilience. In contrast, the Northlanders epitomize a warrior society where adventure and combat are integral aspects of life. Ruled by warlords, they engage in frequent pillaging and raiding, both amongst themselves and against folk settlements. Despite their differences, both groups share a mastery of seafaring, navigating the treacherous waters of the Moonshae Isles with skill and prowess. Amidst the human societies, demi-humans also find their place in the Moonshaes. A small enclave of Luir elves resides in isolation on the island of Gwyneth, preserving their ancient culture amidst the ever-changing landscape. Dwarves and halflings, though fewer in number, also call the Moonshaes home, adding to the diversity that defines the islands. However, the Moonshaes are not without their mystical inhabitants. The Black Blood tribe of lycanthropes, devoted to the beast lord Mauler, holds sway over the island of Moray, their presence a primal force that shape the islands. Song dragons, also known as were-dragons, are a common sight in the Moonshaes, their origins shrouded in mystery and speculation. The giants of the Moonshaes further contribute to the realm's rich lore. Fomorians, loyal to Queen Konomi, emerged from the spell plague to conquer the island of Oman, their presence intertwined with the fate of the Black Blood tribe. Meanwhile, Furbolg and Frost Giant tribes dwell amidst the towering peaks of Norland. Trade forms the lifeblood of the Moonshaes, with each kingdom engaging in exchanges of goods and services to meet their needs and bolster their economies. While each realm maintains a degree of self-sufficiency, trade between the kingdoms is vital for accessing goods not readily available within their borders. At the heart of this bustling trade network lies Caer Callidor, a bustling port city renowned as the primary hub of commerce in the Moonshaes. Its sprawling docks welcome merchants from far-flung corners of Toril, eager to exchange their wares for the riches of the Isles. Here, goods flow freely, bound for distant markets or destined to enrich the local economy. Waterdeep, Kalimshan, Tethir, and other distant realms serve as major trading partners for the Moonshaes, their galleons laden with exotic goods coveted by the islanders. Watered Havian merchants arrive seeking high-quality steel crafted by the skilled hands of the folk, trading cloth, oil, and spice in exchange. Meanwhile, Kalashite traders bring horses, parchment, silks, and spices aboard their galleons, drawn by the promise of lucrative deals with the islanders. The demand for timber from the Moonshaes is insatiable, prized for its quality and suitability for shipbuilding. This valuable resource attracts merchants from distant lands, eager to secure supplies for their shipyards. Some Kalashite traders even venture the extra week of sailing to reach the ports of Corwell or Moray, drawn by the allure of the island's timber. In the Northlander ports, a different kind of trade takes place, as merchants exchange slaves and weaponry for alcohol, cloth, gold, and oil, enriching both parties in the process. Meanwhile, Tarnian shipbuilders from Mintarn, seeking to replenish their dwindling timber supplies, frequent the docks of Caer Callidor, trading raw materials for the means to build new vessels. The Moonshae Isles are not just exporters, however. Merchants from Corwell and Moray bring ale, livestock, coral, and iron ore to Cair Calidar, eager to exchange their goods for high-quality weapons crafted by the skilled artisans of the folk. In addition to mundane trade, the Moonshae Isles possess a unique resource in their rose-tinted gold, mined and minted with care. Though considered of lesser quality than the gold of Holrua, Moonshae gold finds its way into enchanted jewelry. At the heart of the Moonshae faith lies the worship of the Earth Mother, a deity believed to be an aspect of the revered Chantia. Exclusively revered on the Moonshae Isles, the Earth Mother is venerated by the folk, her clerics embodying the essence of nature as druids who tend to the sacred groves and wild places of the land. In contrast, the Northlanders, inhabitants of the Isles, offer their devotion to a pantheon of deities that reflect the rugged and martial aspects of their culture. In the 14th century DR, their faith centered around deities such as Oral, Tempest, Umberlee, and Valkyr, with worship often being cursory and dependent upon circumstance. However, by the 15th century, the Northlander faith expanded to include the storm god Talos, while Valkyr rose in prominence as the most revered deity among the Northlanders, embodying the qualities they valued most in life. Throughout the centuries, the Moonshae Isles have been a beacon for religious diversity, attracting clerics from various faiths who sought to convert the islanders to their beliefs. While reactions varied, with some Northlanders resorting to violence against foreign clerics, while the folk remained largely unperturbed, the traditional religion of the folk remained steadfast, with only a handful converting to foreign faiths. The time of troubles brought about significant upheaval to the religious landscape of the Moonshaes, with Baal, the Lord of Murder, banished from the realm in 1358 DR. Yet, this void was soon filled by the rise of the risen cult of Bane, led by the cleric Gontather, who sought to establish dominance over the islands. Amidst the chaos, the cult of the dragon found foothold within the Moonshaes, with cells spreading their influence and dragons, as well as dreaded Dracolics, exerting their power upon the land. For the halflings who call the Moonshae Isles home, worship of Yandala, known locally as Parisa, is a common practice, embodying the values of home, community, and hearth. Lastly, the furbolgs of the Moonshaes revere Grand Peak Smasher, a demigod believed to be the son of Hyattia. These towering beings hold steadfast to their faith, believing in Grand's role as their patron and protector, carving them from stone and shaping their destiny. As we delve deeper into the intriguing past of the Moonshaes, we discover stories of old civilizations, big battles, and how these magical islands have changed over time. So, let's take a trip through history together. Minus 17,600 DR, the fracturing of Merrouroboros. The ancient supercontinent Merrouroboros shattered during the First Sundering, giving birth to the Moonshaes. Once part of a larger landmass, the Moonshaes emerged as a scattered archipelago of volcanic peaks and islands, marking the dawn of their geological existence. Minus 15,000 DR, the arrival of the Fae. The Fae began to settle the nascent isles, their mystical presence infusing the land with an otherworldly aura. Their arrival heralded the beginning of a new era, as the Moonshaes became a realm where magic and nature intertwined. Minus 11,000 DR, Leviathan's sojourn. The colossal Leviathan, a creature of myth and legend, made its presence known in the Moonshaes, leaving ripples of awe and wonder in its wake. Its passage through the Isles marked a significant event in the annals of Moonshavian history, etching its name into the tapestry of lore. Minus 10,500 DR, the birth of Sarifal. Amidst the shifting tides of destiny, the Korean archipelago took shape, and the Lishi, ancient beings of power, established the kingdom of Sarifal. The majestic city of Carador rose from the tranquil waters of Murloc Vale, becoming a bastion of Fae magic and civilization amidst the untamed wilderness. Minus 10,000 DR, the arrival of Cameron. The enigmatic Cameron made landfall in the Moonshaes, his presence shrouded in mystery and intrigue. With his arrival, the threads of fate began to weave a new chapter in the saga of the Isles, as whispers of destiny whispered on the winds. Minus 9,800 DR, the Luir Exodus. As shadows lengthened and the specter of strife loomed on the horizon, Luir refugees sought sanctuary in the embrace of the Moonshaes. Welcomed by the Alicia, they forged a new kingdom amidst the craggy peaks, laying the foundations of Sonoria with hope in their hearts. Minus 9,000 DR, the enigmatic pack. From the depths of the unknown, the pack emerged, its origins veiled in obscurity. Their presence added another layer of complexity to the tapestry of Moonshavian history, their deeds destined to shape the fate of the Isles in ways unforeseen. Minus 8,000 DR, the Dwarven Exodus. In the subterranean depths beneath the Moonshaes, Dwarven refugees sought refuge from the tumultuous world above. Their journey led them to found Dwarvenhome, a bastion of strength and resilience amidst the labyrinthine caverns that lay hidden beneath the surface. Minus 7,000 DR, the rise of High Home. Dwarven settlers carved their destiny in the towering peaks of the Cambro Mountains, founding the stronghold of High Home. From its lofty ramparts, they stood as guardians of the land, their presence a testament to the indomitable spirit of their people. Minus 6,000 DR, the advent of Grand Peak Smasher. Amidst the rugged terrain of Norland, Grand Peak Smasher and his tribe of giants made their home, their presence a harbinger of upheaval and change. With each step, they left an indelible mark upon the land, shaping its destiny with every passing age. Minus 5,000 DR, the Clash of Titans. Conflict erupted between the dwarves and furbolgs of the Moonshaes, echoing across the landscape like thunder in the night. Beneath the icy peaks of Ice Peak on Oman's Isle, Grand Peak Smasher was imprisoned, casting a shadow of uncertainty over the fate of the Isles. Minus 4,000 DR, the Imaskari Influence. Amidst the corridors of power in Sarifal, whispers of an alliance with Imaskar stirred the winds of change. The presence of artificers from distant lands cast a veil of intrigue over the royal court, hinting at the machinations of powers beyond mortal comprehension. Minus 2,000 DR, the rise of Khazgarath. Darkness descended upon the Moonshaes with the unleashing of Khazgarath by the malevolent hand of Mahler. As chaos engulfed the land, the children of the Earth Mother united in a desperate bid to stem the tide of destruction, their struggles shaping the course of history for generations to come. Minus 500 DR, the Fae Exodus. In a poignant moment of transition, the Fae bid farewell to the Moonshaes, their departure marking the end of an era. As Sarifal's towers crumbled and Carador sank beneath the waves, the Isles stood on the threshold of a new age, their future shrouded in uncertainty. 140 DR, the arrival of refugees. In the wake of persecution, refugees fleeing the tyranny of the Shadow King sought sanctuary in the Moonshaes, settling on the island of Gwyneth. Thus began the lineage of the folk, as they forged a new destiny amidst the rugged beauty of their new home. 144 DR, conflict with the Luir. Tensions flared as the burgeoning human settlements of Gwyneth clashed with the indigenous Luir, marking the onset of a turbulent chapter in the annals of Moonshavian history. 149 DR, unification of Corwell. Amidst the crucible of conflict, the scattered human settlements of Gwyneth united under a common banner, forming the Kingdom of Corwell and laying the foundation for a new era of stability and unity. 154 DR, the Peace Treaty. A landmark accord was struck between the Elven Kingdom of Sonoria and the burgeoning human Kingdom of Corwell, heralding an era of diplomatic cooperation and mutual respect. 177 DR, reunification under Calador Hugh. Following a period of strife and internal discord, Calador Hugh emerged as a unifying figure, reuniting the fractured Kingdom of Corwell and ushering in an era of renewed strength and prosperity. 201 DR, the reign of High King Cymric Hugh. Amidst the backdrop of celestial machinations, Chieftain Cymric Hugh rose to prominence, defeating the malevolent Khazgarath and ascending to the throne as High King. Thus began the Moonshae Reckoning, marking the dawn of a new epoch in Moonshavian chronicles. 250 DR, the splintering of the kingdoms. With the passing of High King Cymric Hugh, the kingdoms of the Moonshaes found themselves adrift in a sea of uncertainty as the absence of a clear heir plunged the realm into disarray and fragmentation. 256 DR, the Alaskan Incursions. Alaskan sailors from distant lands descended upon the Moonshaes, plunging the realm into centuries of turmoil and conflict as raids and incursions ravaged the coastal settlements of the folk. 289 DR, Gwillica's Reign of Terror. Under the iron-fisted rule of High King Gwillic, the Moonshaes descended into a maelstrom of madness and brutality as the construction of the Castle of Skulls and relentless raids against the Northlanders marked a dark chapter in Moonshavian history. 295 DR, the fall of Corwell's monarchy. The execution of King Durnhal and Queen Morgan of Corwell at the hands of Prince Ketheril signaled the demise of Corwell's monarchy as the realm plunged into chaos and uncertainty. 299 DR, the tragic demise of High King Gwillic. Amidst whispers of madness and intrigue, High King Gwillic and his court met a grisly end within the halls of the Castle of Skulls as chaos and bloodshed consumed the once great seat of power. 310 DR, the assault on Marduin. The peaceful halfling town of Marduin fell victim to a vicious assault by the malevolent Gorathil, casting a shadow of fear and uncertainty over the Moonshaes. 370 DR, the Kalimshan Expedition. A bold convoy of colony ships set sail from Kalimshan, intent on colonizing the Moonshaes. However, fate had other plans as a catastrophic storm scattered the fleet and dashed their dreams of conquest. 467 DR, the Tetherian Immigration. A wave of immigrants from Tether arrived in the Moonshaes, bringing with them a blend of cultures and knowledge that reshaped the fabric of Moonshavian society, while bolstering its defenses against the relentless raids of the Northlanders. 562 DR, the tragic demise of Anhairn Rill Galahir. The esteemed captain of the Sisters of Sonoria met his untimely end within the treacherous fens of the Fallen, his passing lamented by all who knew him. 621 DR, the disappearance of Princess Bridget. The mysterious disappearance of Princess Bridget of Calidar cast a pall of suspicion over the realm, as accusations and blame were hurled between the folk and Northlanders in the search for answers. 852 DR, the Alaskan Invasion. A mighty Alaskan fleet descended upon the Moonshaes, plunging the realm into chaos and bloodshed as High King Dolan Cymric fell in battle, leaving the fate of the realm hanging in the balance. 944 DR, the Capitulation of the Folk. In a grim turn of events, the folk were forced to cede control of the northern islands to Alaskan invaders, as the valiant High King Tanner Cymric perished defending his realm against the encroaching tide of conquest. 964 DR, the Crafting of the Lost Harp. Amidst the swirling currents of intrigue and tragedy, the Lost Harp of Belshireen was crafted, a poignant symbol of love and loss amidst the tumultuous backdrop of Moonshavian history. 1052 DR, High King Bel Carathil's Ambition. High King Bel Carathil's audacious attempt to annex Janeth's Tears sparked a bloody conflict that reverberated across the Moonshaes, leaving a trail of devastation in its wake. 1107 DR, the mysterious disappearance of the Tome of the Unicorn. The enigmatic disappearance of the Tome of the Unicorn plunged the realm into uncertainty, as scholars and historians alike sought answers amidst the shadows of intrigue and betrayal. 1228 DR, the Northlander Conquest. The islands of the Kareen archipelago fell under the sway of Northlander chieftain Vildel, casting a shadow of fear and uncertainty over the realm as the tides of conquest swept across the Moonshaes. 1291 DR, the Cataclysm of Flamstirred. The Mage Tower of Flamstirred was consumed in a cataclysmic explosion, shattering the tranquility of the realm and leaving a scar upon the land that would echo through the ages. 1326 DR, the birth of Prince Tristan Kendrick. Amidst the shifting sands of fate, Prince Tristan Kendrick was born, destined to play a pivotal role in the unfolding drama of Moonshavian history. 1330 DR, the fall of Brianna Moonsinger. The valiant Gruid druid of the Moonshaes, Brianna Moonsinger, met her tragic end in a noble struggle against the forces of darkness, her sacrifice remembered by all who cherish the light. 1335 DR. The demise of King Dagdar. King Dagdar of Moray met his untimely end upon the field of battle, his passing mourned by his people as a grim omen of darker days to come. 1336 DR. The arrival of Alminster Amur. The legendary figure of Alminster Amur graced the shores of the Moonshaes, his presence a beacon of hope amidst the encroaching shadows of uncertainty and strife. 1341 DR. The onset of the Darkwalker War. The drums of war echoed across the Moonshaes as the forces of darkness marshaled their strength, heralding the onset of the Darkwalker War and plunging the realm into a maelstrom of chaos and despair. 1345 DR. The ascension of Prince Tristan Kendrick. Amidst the crucible of conflict and betrayal, Prince Tristan Kendrick ascended to the mantle of High King, his coronation marking a new chapter in the saga of Moonshavian history. 1346 DR. The Treaty of Icepeak. A fragile peace descended upon the Moonshaes as the folk and Northlanders set aside their differences, signing the Treaty of Icepeak and forging a path towards reconciliation and unity. 1348 DR. The reign of King Spenjard. King Spenjard ascended to the throne of Narhelm, his rule marked by both triumph and tragedy amidst the shifting sands of Moonshavian politics. 1353 DR. Lord Dagus's expedition. The intrepid Lord Dagus embarked on a perilous expedition to the Nelanther Isles, his journey fraught with danger and uncertainty as he sought to carve out a new destiny amidst the shifting tides of fate. 1357 DR. The elopement of Shansrina Alabhansri Alanaskar. The scandalous elopement of Shansrina Alabhansri Alanaskar sent shockwaves through Moonshavian society, as the tumultuous affair sparked a chain of events that would reverberate across the realm. 1359 DR. The Wrath of Talos. The malevolent deity Talos unleashed his fury upon the Moonshaes, plunging the realm into turmoil as storms ravaged the land and chaos reigned supreme. 1360 DR. High King Tristan's ordeal. High King Tristan Kendrick faced a harrowing ordeal at the hands of sea trolls, his resilience tested as he struggled to navigate the treacherous waters of political intrigue and personal sacrifice. 1365 DR. The corruption of Angus Blackstone. The once noble Earl of Fairheight, Angus Blackstone, succumbed to the seductive whispers of power and ambition, his descent into darkness a tragic reminder of the dangers that lurked within the hearts of men. 1366 DR. Keen's ascension. Amidst the shifting currents of Moonshavian politics, Keen ascended to the throne as High King, his reign marked by both hope and uncertainty amidst the ever-present specter of conflict and betrayal. 1368 DR. The vanishing Druids. The mysterious disappearance of the Wardens of the Druid Groves sent shockwaves through the realm, as whispers of dark omens and ancient evils haunted the Moonshaes. 1369 DR. The Feywild Convergence. High Queen Robin and Tristan Kendrick embarked on a perilous journey into the Feywild, their quest for answers leading them into the heart of darkness and despair. 1370 DR. The Reavers of Firedrake Fae. The Royal Navy of the Moonshaes clashed with the Reavers of Nelanther in a titanic struggle for control of Firedrake Bay, their clash echoing across the waves as the fate of nations hung in the balance. 1371 DR. The unification of the Moonshaes. In a historic moment of unity, the folk and Northlanders swore fealty to High Queen Alicia Kendrick, forging a new era of cooperation and solidarity amidst the turbulent currents of Moonshavian politics. 1372 DR. The rise of Fae settlements. Fae and half-Fae creatures continued to settle in the Moonshaes, their presence a testament to the enduring bond between the realm and the mystical forces that shaped its destiny. 1373 DR. The rebirth of Sarifal. Amidst the echoes of ancient prophecy, the legendary city of Sarifal emerged from the depths of myth and legend, its rebirth heralding a new era of magic and mystery in the Moonshaes. 1374 DR. The Siege of Caer Callidor. The ancient red dragon Hundar unleashed his fury upon Caer Callidor, his onslaught igniting a conflagration that threatened to consume the realm in flames. 1375 DR, the resurgence of Carador. In a stunning twist of fate, the ancient city of Carador resurfaced in Murloc, its return heralding the dawn of a new age as the forces of magic and destiny converged upon the Moonshaes once more. 1376 DR, the era of renewal. As the dust settled from the chaos of recent years, the Moonshaes embarked on an era of renewal and rebuilding, with High Queen Alicia Kendrick at the helm, guiding her people toward a brighter future. And with that, I would like to say thanks for joining me on this journey through the captivating history of the Moonshaes. Remember, as always, hit like and subscribe to stay tuned for more adventures.